I'm Jo, and I do faculty development and instructional design at TCC. I know most of you. I probably know all of you. And we decided to do our presentation together because we work together regularly in faculty development. And so this is someone else you know.
And I'm Igor here at TCC, and I'm doing multimedia production. I also help faculty with Tegrity, training Tegrity, and also tech support Tegrity. So yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about the items right now. We're talking about the things that we have in the studio. But before we begin with that, I just wanted to bring you up to date on the faculty learning communities. We have 3 that are definitely going. They haven't started. All of them haven't started yet, but Alexis McMillan Clifton and her group are going strong. The group that Danielle Ritter leads is going strong, and a number of others have already been funded. The Studio Learning Community will continue. The Inclusion Learning Community is getting started. We just got funding for Transitional Studies Learning Community. So one of our learning communities, the one that is facilitated by Patty Green, Alicia DiCerto, and Melissa Stoddard, will be focused around the flipped classroom, and specifically studio learning and the flipped classroom. So it kind of combines what we do here in the studio on the outer edges there with techniques, and what's going on inside of Igor's domain here with teaching people how to use Tegrity. So we thought we'd start with encouraging you to ask us more questions about Tegrity. So I'm going to start by asking Igor. So suppose I'm a faculty member and I've heard about this. I mean, Keith's been circulating these emails about using Tegrity, and I'm excited that this might work in my classroom. What do I need to do?
So I guess I should repeat what you just said. There's Keith King, and he is very excited about this project about Tegrity, and he is researching into Tegrity, helping faculty, kind of like being another tech support, but also promoting or evangelizing the idea of Tegrity here on campus.
Advocating, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what faculty would basically do would be reserve some time with me, and I'm going to provide Tegrity training, and it's going to start from the very beginning, basically going into the Angel class, finding that Tegrity nugget, clicking that, and then going through the features of Tegrity.
So there's other stuff. Most of the folks who are on our advisory are, I would call them power users, or they're early adopters. So they've probably already used these tools that we're talking about. And so I'm wondering what else is new and different that they can explore.
So with the new update, and one of the latest updates for Tegrity, Tegrity just this summer released a mobile app for Tegrity. Tegrity can record straight from your webcam, and you could use just a regular webcam, or if you have a laptop that has a webcam built in, it would also have a microphone built in. So with a laptop, you could be already set up, right? And you can record your lectures. You can record mini lectures, and that would be that flipped side of a classroom. You could pre-record mini lectures for your students and have an archive of those mini lectures. They could carry through not one quarter, but multiple quarters.
Kind of like what we're doing right here.
Yeah.
This could be one thing that if we wanted to carry it through quarters of meetings, we could.
Also, you can upload your own recordings. Say you're using a mobile device, your phone, or a video camera, a pocket video camera, and you can upload the footage from the camera onto your computer and then into the Tegrity, and you can have those recordings available for your students. So for example, a biology instructor or a zoology instructor, environmental studies, if you're doing some outside study,
Field work.
Yeah, field work, you could do some recordings outside using your mobile device, and then come back to your office, upload that footage to your integrity class, and have your students look at what you've been studying.
Very cool.
So there's more editing features in Integrity. You can take pieces out of your recordings, and also you can add pieces to your recordings. You can add PowerPoint slides, you can add sound bits, you
Nice.
can add
So
video bits.
how does this thing, what is this thing, and how does this feature into what we're talking about?
So this is our newly acquired Wacom pen tablet, and you would use a Wacom pen to use it on the Surface.
Okay.
And what it can do is basically you can record Integrity, and Integrity has a feature called Notes, and you can pull up a clean white sheet, kind of like a paper, and then annotate on that screen. So the pen will help you basically do that right on the screen without any papers.
Nice.
And the quality, of course, it would be much better. Now I have on the screen, I have Camtasia, and that's one other tool that instructors, faculty could use here at TCC to record, pre-record or record mini lectures. You can reserve, we're working towards putting this equipment, the Wacom tablet, with this production PC. We're trying to put this on the scheduling so that you could reserve the equipment and come here into the studio and work on this awesome equipment.
So the thing is that this is just one of many things that we have here in terms of faculty development activities that are in this space that we're in. And so Igor kind of, this is his area, and this is where we have the tools, the multimedia sort of production goes on. And outside this space, as many of you already know, that's the space that's designed for faculty development activities around learning to, or facilitating small group activities. We're going to have some TED lectures that we're going to host out there. We would like to have opportunities to have people use the what is the name of the thing where we sing karaoke?
Xbox.
The Xbox, thank you.
With the Kinect.
Yeah, with the Kinect, and I have some ideas about talking about formative assessment in kind of crazy ways by looking at using the Kinect to talk about that. We have a new reservation system for this space called the Wizard, and we want to talk to you a little bit about that. But more to the point, we want to ask your input. We consider you our advisory committee, and we consider you folks who would probably tell us more about what it is that you would like from us in terms of scheduling or faculty development activities. If you're willing to lead some, like Mary Jane Oberhofer has offered to host some Canvas support groups. Pizza Canvas support groups, wonderful idea. So if you have ideas like that, we want to hear about them. But for now, if you want to schedule some space in here, what do you need to do?
So a new room wizard, which is placed, it's attached to your to the Outlook calendar, and you can reserve the space, the studio. You can reserve it by simply type in the studio as a location. Type in studio space 15-LL13, and it has to be exactly as I said it, and I'll put it right here on the screen, so you can just copy that name.
And so that's the other thing about availability. That's something that we're working on departmentally, because we want everybody to have access to it, but we really want the space to be a creative space that's going to be used specifically to drive innovation in new ways. And so don't be surprised if you ask to reserve it and you're asked to talk about why the space is the space that you need rather than someplace else on campus. Because we really don't want it to be a meeting space or you know, a passive kind of space. We want it used for teaching and learning. And the first priority this year, at least, goes to the learning communities for using it. Not necessarily the equipment that's inside of here, but the outside space. However, we do want to ask you to give us more ideas about how we could be using the space in a better way.